C-Rock Sports presents.
Whoa, hello.
C-Rock Sports presents.
All right, hello everyone from C-Rod Sports. It's a pleasure to be here with you guys for this special matchup between the Los Angeles Football Club and the Houston Dynamo from BMO Stadium. It's been a while since we last called an LAFC game, and oh man, we're so thankful to be 100% back to calling this team. Give me a second. All right, just fixing the camera angle, fixing the lighting as well. And we're here. We're back officially. It's been a while. Last game we got to call was the game at Seattle. Seattle completely crushed us. And what's been a few interesting months for LAFC, right? A lot of downs, and they're sort of coming up. Steve Cherundolo announced that he is departing from the team at the end of the season. So this is his last dance with LAFC. This is his last season, though fans call for his head every other game that we either tie or lose. Uh, you know, it's going to be interesting what happens with LAFC if they don't reach certain goals. I know Leagues Cup is going to be one of them, as well as MLS Cup. And I mean, with Steve Cherundolo as an LAFC head coach, he had his success, but he failed a lot. Really inconsistent in big moments, and pretty much the last drop was the game against Inter Miami at Fort Lauderdale when LAFC completely blew away that lead that they established, that 3-goal lead. That completely set the tone that Steve Cherundolo's time with LAFC had to come to an end. Though it was an instant, it's coming to an end at the end of the regular season. It's been a tough week for LA as well. The Lakers got knocked out this week. The LA Kings got knocked out. The Clippers just lost in Game 7 to the Nuggets. The Dodger game is being delayed due to rain. So it's been quite a difficult week. 3 teams have been knocked out. So you just best hope the Dodgers can keep it up and LAFC can get a W. Not to mention the team across the town still has not won a game through 10 games. The Galaxy are winless. So it's not been a great start to the season for a few LA teams, or ending of a season for some LA teams. So LAFC looks to take a step forward and get a W here in this game. Starting 11 for LAFC: Hugo Lloris goal, Sergi Palencia, Aaron Long, Eddie Segura, Ryan Hollingshead on the defense, Timothy Tillman, Igor Jesus, and Mark Delgado in midfield, and Martinez, Ordaz, and Buanga attacking for LAFC. For Houston, Bonded goal, Dorsey, Sviatchenko, Abudesu, and Escobar are on the defense. Reigns, Arthur, and McLean on the midfield. Basi, Ponce, and Linger are in the attack for the Houston Dynamo. And as I put this little lower third, and you guys get ready to listen to the 3252 from C-Rod Sports starting to support their LAFC. And we are officially underway. 90 minutes of pure emotions of this beautiful sport called football. It's LAFC in their traditional black and gold jersey. Black jersey with gold stripes. Houston Dynamo in their orange jerseys. Very vibrant. You can see them a mile away. White shorts and orange socks. As both teams come out, Houston quickly attacking the north end goal, while LAFC will attack the south end goal. As fans still making their way into BMO Stadium, not yet packed, but they're making their way. And quickly attacking is this Houston side with Ponce. Escobar coming down to help out. He played it in short with Reigns, and Reigns will go all the way back to Awadesu. Reigns on the ball. He placed it out wide to the left side with Bassi. Bassi back to the middle channel. Reigns on it now. Left side of the pitch. Escobar waiting for the run of one of his teammates. Tries to backheel the pass and completely misses. Throwing for LAFC on this right side for them. Sergi Palencia giving a few instructions. I said fans still making their way into the stadium. Well known that the fans have been really upset with the protocols taking outside of the stadium. For you to enter, it's been quite chaotic. So there's usually pictures posted on Twitter of fans being stuck outside in long lines due to some protocols that the team has established for this new season, and fans are not happy. It takes a long time to enter BMO Stadium. They played earlier this year, nearly a month ago, April 5th, Houston Dynamo beat LAFC 1-0. Last time they were here at BMO Stadium, which was August 31st, Houston defeated LAFC 2-0. So Houston is used to beating LAFC at home. We go back to June 14th of 23. Houston defeated LAFC at home. So they're used to getting the best of LAFC at home as of late. As Houston switches the play all the way to the left side. Here where Bassi was on it. Awidesu plays it over to Sviatchenko. And the long ball is intercepted by Delgado. Delgado's pass to Tillman put him in some troubles. He played it back to Long quickly out to the right side with Palencia. And Sergi placed it into the run of Tillman. Right side, LAFC attacking. He's got David Martinez to his right. He's got a few options to his left. He goes back with Igor Jesus. And Jesus quickly over to Segura. And Segura with Hollingshead. Hollingshead to Delgado. Delgado out wide to Buanga. Left side is LAFC attacking. Now we go back to the middle channel with Sergi Palencia. Palencia plays it through for Tillman. Heavy touch. He plays it now back to David Martinez on the right side. Ball played back into Palencia. And Palencia back into the middle with Aaron Long. Now Segura getting the start today due to Marlins' few disappointing performances with LAFC. Here's Martinez attacking this right side. Now cutting into the middle. His heavy pass deflected by Delgado. Falls into Hollingshead. And now Buanga left side trying to play it through for Hollingshead. Ball was deflected and it stayed in play. As a sliding tackle there by Dorsey kept it in play. Throwing for LAFC though. Buanga turns and attacks his left wing. Gets a throw in. And Hollingshead will be the one in charge of taking this throw in. And he's going to play all the way back with Eddie Segura. LAFC deep into Houston's side. 5 minutes into this game. LAFC has kind of resurrected. They had a great game against Portland. It's disappointing how they got 2 goals disallowed. Also, they allowed 3 goals in that game against Portland, but they scored 3. And then we mentioned the St. Louis game. They didn't play bad. They just have to be a little bit more clinical once they get into the final third. Whenever they try to finish opportunities. The ball went out of play there on Buanga, throwing for Houston. Win probability right now, it's a 57.2% for LAFC and a 19% for the Dynamo, while a draw is at 23.8%. Therefore, this dangerous pass, Martinez put enough pressure. So throw in here for the Dynamo. They play it in short, right on this left channel, and they lose it right away. Palencia plays it all the way back to Aaron Long. Steve Gerundolo back on the bench for LAFC. Had to serve a one-match suspension after getting suspended in the game against Portland. For whoever knows what happened, he was complaining about something to the referee. The referee pointed that he was outside of the box and, well, suspended Steve Gerundolo. So he was on the stand. Sante Rasov was the man in charge of the game against St. Louis in Sunday Night Soccer. First time LAFC was in Sunday Night Soccer. Javi Martinez cuts in between two players. Well done by Martinez. And Martinez runs downfield. Now sends a nice pass over to Hollingshead. Hollingshead trying to pass it. There's just some moments where Hollingshead has a lot of space. He needs to take a touch and shoot. He had enough real estate, and he decided to take a quick pass to Bouanga, trying to catch Houston's defense sleeping, but they had Bouanga covered really well. Great run by Martinez, though. Started running in between two players from Houston and then streaked down the middle of the field. Here's Bouanga attacking, brought down from behind. Foul called by the referee, and now a yellow card will also be shown to Griffin Dorsey on that challenge. Quite controversial to show a yellow card this early. Really didn't affect into nothing, and we'll see if it's a valid yellow. I mean, it's just a foul. LAFC was not in a breakaway. Bouanga was running into the middle of the field. Referee just showed the yellow card, kind of setting his standards of how this game is going to go. Rosendo Mendoza, the referee for today. So Dorsey is booked, the first player booked 8 minutes into the game. So a long free kick for LAFC. Bouanga standing over this ball. 8 minutes into the game, and Bouanga is setting himself up for a long shot. Let's see if he can surprise Jonathan Bond, former Galaxy goalkeeper. And Bouanga is going to try it. Oof, that was a missile straight into Jonathan Bond. Well, worth the shot. You just never know. Never know what can happen. Either it can go in or Bond could have let a rebound, but he was ready for that strike from Bouanga. Bond, long ball over. Aaron Long with the header. Valencia fighting here with Linger. Now is able to cover the ball really well, along with Igor Jesus, and LAFC will come out from the back. Pressure by Linger. Now Timothy Tillman running this right side. And he has to play it all the way back to Aaron Long. Now Segura just outside of his own 18-yard box. Plays it ahead to Hollingshead. The ball switched over to the left side. Now Bouanga. Another dangerous pass from Hollingshead against the touchline. Ball played in the middle of the field now with Aaron Long. Valencia on the right wing. Has to go back to Aaron Long. LAFC now in their own half. 9 minutes into this game. And the 32-52 are loud. Long ball over here for Timothy Tillman, middle of the field. They got some options. Here's Martinez, right side of the field. Martinez attacks. He's going to leave it for Palencia. Palencia cross for Ordaz! Liftoff in LA, and LAFC get the early goal. 10 minutes into the game, 1-0 LA. Nathan Ordaz, the homegrown player from LAFC. This play starts all the way from the back on Segura, clearing it with his left foot to the middle of the field where Tillman was at. And then he just played it to Martinez, who had a lot of space on the right side. And then he played it to the run of Palencia, who was running off of him. Palencia one-touch pass. Ordaz anticipated the ball before Bond did. Bond was diving to cut off the pass, but Ordaz beat him to the ball, took a touch, and then was just able to reset his feet to put the ball in front of the net. He was in front of goal pretty much. He just had to give that ball a little kiss. Ordaz, the American-born player that represents El Salvador, scores again for LAFC 10 minutes into the game. 1-0 LA. Well, that's a great start for LAFC. And talking about how they have to be more clinical when they get to the final third, how they have to take advantage of their opportunities. So 1-0. And here's Houston trying to attack quickly down this right side with Griffin Dorsey. Sends this cross, and Aaron Long clears it out. Ordaz uses his body to cover the ball, so it falls back to Houston. Now with Franco Escobar. Ordaz scored last time we got to call a game. Ordaz scored against Seattle. He also assisted in the game against Minnesota, which we also called. He scored against Inter Miami. We pretty much angered all Inter Miami fans with this goal here at BMO Stadium because the controversy was that he should have been sent off, probably. Steve Cherundolo gave him that trust. Debuted Ordaz in the 2023 season. Now a foul from LAFC. So it's going to be Houston ball. Ordaz scored his first career goal against Juarez in Leagues Cup in a 7-1 win. He scored the last goal of that game. Still that 7-1 victory for LAFC here at BMO Stadium. Days later, he scored against RSL. So he's been doing really good since getting the call to the first team in 23. He's had a few stints in 22. Here's Jack McLean, former Union player. Gets ready to put this ball up with his left foot. Does it well. Cleared out by Buanga. Throw in here for Houston. Jack McLean. He scored the game-winning goal in the last meeting between these two teams. But he also has some bad memories here at BMO Stadium. If we go back to 2022 at MLS Cup Final, he started that MLS Cup Final for Bedoya, who was injured. And he scored LAFC's first goal in that game on the Kellen Acosta free kick came off a deflection of Jack McLean's face. He was 19 years old at the time he played that MLS Cup. Long ball over, looking for Linger, and this ball went out. Throwing here for LAFC. Linger, 2 goals in 2 appearances for the Dynamo. Their star signing. Valencia throwing this ball forward for Ordaz. Now Linger's gonna get on it. Linger brought down by Tillman. That's a foul. Try to help Aaron Long with a double team and ended up just stripping Linger from the back. So let's see, another dangerous free kick. We already saw Jack McLean put up a nice ball in the first attempt. Was cleared out by Buanga, but if he doesn't touch it, there was a few unmarked Houston players in the back of the play. So let's see, McLean 15 minutes into the game, LAFC winning 1-0. Referee giving some instructions to Segura, who is covering one of the tallest players on the field with some help from Long. So here we go. McLean sends it forward. A header in there. It's a goal, but a foul called before. And LAFC will play quickly. And Hollingshead nearly gave it away. And Steve Cherundolo was disappointed. He was just saying, calm down, calm down. McGlynn with a nice cross. Found the head of a Houston player, went into the back of the net, but got called off because of a foul. Here's Delgado. Mark running on the right wing. Now has to play this ball all the way back to the center circle with Aaron Long, who spreads the play open to the right side with Valencia. Valencia back to Aaron Long, and whenever we get a replay of that last play that Houston had, we can actually decide for ourselves if that was a foul or not. Hollingshead. And a nice ball to Delgado. Delgado up to Buanga. And that's a nice challenge there by number 28, Sviatchenko. He just made a great interception and prevented Buanga from getting that first touch. So corner kick here. The first corner kick of this game. And it's Buanga on that left side. They were dangerous from corner kicks last week against St. Louis, though they were not able to convert. So let's see if Buanga can put a nice ball into the middle of the box. Everyone crowded at the first post. That's where everyone is at. Buanga puts his left hand up. Let's see if he can produce a moment. Buanga's cross, it's an in-swinger, cleared out. Martinez overran the ball and then ended up fouling the Houston player to just cut away the attack. Mark Delgado has started 15 out of 17 games this season. That's both MLS and CONCACAF Champions Cup for LAFC. A pickup from the Galaxy. MLS Cup champion with Toronto and the Galaxy, both under Greg Vanney. It's just been that solid piece that the Galaxy had. And the Vanney has trusted in this guy since the days in Toronto. We're pretty much treble winners. They won the Canadian Champion Cup, something like that. They won the Supporters Shield. They won MLS Cup back in 2016 when they won it. The Galaxy, they won MLS Cup last year. He was a big staple to that team. And though you can make an argument that he could be the missing piece to this team. And yeah, we can talk about Ricky Puig and the other players that they don't have, that they had to give away because of their salary problems. But you just kind of feel like the Galaxy is needing some Mark Delgado in that middle of the field, and LAFC has that Mark Delgado and has been working well for LAFC. Just very consistent player. Such a great pickup from JT. Long crossover. There's Lloris. Where set pieces have not been at his favor as of late. Or crosses. He's made a few errors on crosses as of late. Here's LAFC playing with Igor Jesus. They picked his pocket. Now Houston with a dangerous chance. A strike that hits Hollingshead's butt. Great block by Hollingshead's butt. Incredible. Here's Dorsey attacking this right side. Houston Dynamo putting now LAFC against the wall. Sviatchenko's pass was blocked by Buanga, but Houston able to recover quickly. Ball over to Escobar. Escobar has to play it back to Jonathan Bond. And Bond, a right-footed pass to the right side of the field for Dorsey. And the ball stayed in play. So here's Delgado. Place it into the middle channel with Aaron Long, just outside of LAFC's 18-yard box. Segura, Long, now Palencia, Sergi, the pass into Ordaz, who came down to pick up the ball. He played it back to Tillman. Now Ordaz, Valencia back to Ordaz, and Ordaz is going to play back to Aaron Long. LAFC in their own half, attacking the middle channel with Segura. Segura opens it wide with Buanga. Buanga played it back to Hollingshead, and Hollingshead back to Segura. Segura is going to attempt this long pass for Sergi Palencia. Nice control from Palencia. Trying to get around one player, couldn't do so. So he plays it back to Tillman. LAFC still attacking the right channel. Tillman slows it down and plays it back to Aaron Long. Long now to Segura. Middle of the field is LAFC. Buanga attacking the left wing now. Here's Denis trying to cut inside. Chipping a ball up for Tillman, who is brought down. Referee spotted it. Calls a foul, and it was an obvious one. It appeared they lingered, and Tillman kind of got tangled up. And since Linger was coming from behind, that's going to be called a foul. But that's a nice pass. Well, that's a cheap foul. Now that I get the replay, Tillman has slipped, and it just happened that Linger was behind them and tripped over Tillman. So a cheap foul. That will favor LAFC if they're able to convert this free kick. Now there's 5 players. Now 4 players standing over this ball. Aaron Long, Martinez, Delgado, who's letting the Lonja out, and Buanga. And Delgado is the one that sets the ball down. Kind of seems like he's the one that's going to take it. Now Buanga moving away from the play. Martinez is still there. It's going to be Delgado who takes this free kick and sends it straight into the stands. Well, he did what he had to do, put it over the wall. The next step is quite difficult. Make the ball come down as soon as possible, and he couldn't do that. So a goal kick incoming here for the Houston Dynamo, and it would be Sviatchenko. No, it's Awadezu who's gonna take this goal kick. The referee wants Ordaz to be outside of the box, which Ordaz is, and he's just telling you. I'm pretty sure Nathan Ordaz knows the rule that he has to be behind the white line to put pressure. They play short with Bond. Bond sends a line drive to the left side of the field. LAFC is able to recover and send a long ball over to Tillman along the corner. Tillman against 2 players being ganged up, and he earns a corner kick out of it. Escobar not happy with it. But the LAFC fans on that right corner are happy. Now, Escobar, I don't know if that's going to cost him a card. I think Escobar has just been booked because he just did the eye signal to the referee as if he needs glasses. So Escobar is booked. Those are the unnecessary yellow cards you shouldn't get as a professional or at any level. 25 minutes in, yellow card for Escobar. Martinez will be the player in charge of this corner kick. On the near side. Obviously, they were not happy with the corner kick that the referee had given. The assistant referee. Escobar still chirping at the referee. Martinez's cross is a low drive. And it's cleared out, and then Buanga got a rebound shot and sent it straight into the 123 section of BMO Stadium. Well, a guy that looks like Cristian Nodales in the 32-52. Again, the referee, Rosendo Mendoza, having some words with Escobar, trying to cool him down. Igor Jesus brings the ball down to Martinez. Martinez into the run of Tillman. Into the right side. He lost possession. It's an LAFC throw-in. And pardon me, the referee will correct this decision and give it to Houston. Reigns. Careful with Bond. Nearly dispossessed by Martinez. And Martinez ends up fouling Bond. Bond knew that he was going to be in trouble as soon as he saw Martinez 5 feet away from him and had to stick out his foot to cover the ball and get the foul. Great pressure by Martinez right there, who nearly dispossessed Jonathan Bond. So Bond sends another line drive to the left side of the pitch. Bond said the first one to react, and Houston quickly make a play on this left wing, looking for Linger. Aaron Long intercepted that pass and hit it out of play. Throw in Houston. Escobar. By the way, both of Houston's backs are booked. And Dorsey booked on a foul on Buanga early in the game, and Escobar for arguing a call. Escobar, left side of the field. He's going to play it back into the feed and space of Abudesu. Escobar, nice ball into Linger. Linger on the left side. Linger trying to go 1v1 against Aaron Long. Place it into Reigns. Reigns into the space here of Arthur. And Arthur into McGlynn. Now a shot there by Sviatchenko, blocked by Ordaz, and Buanga is going to play it into the space of Martinez. And if Martinez is quick, he could play it to Buanga. And Buanga now attacking this right wing. Buanga trying to play one across for Ordaz. Careful, nearly miscommunication there from Houston. Igor Jesus is going to have a goal! And straight into the hands of Jonathan Bond. Houston comes out playing after they got themselves in quite a troubling situation. Did not concede though. 27 minutes. Tillman intercepts this pass. And here comes LAFC with Martinez attacking this right wing. And brought down by Escobar. And no call from the referee. Escobar screened Martinez, and the referee, who was right in front of the plate, did not call a foul. I mean, that was clear and obvious. Escobar threw his body in front of Martinez to slow down, and now Buanga intercepts this pass. And Buanga could be 1v1. Here's Buanga. Can he get a shot away? Here's Danny Buanga, saved by Bond. A fantastic save by Bond. Great footwork from Buanga. Had 4 players behind him, 1 player in front of it. Intercepted this pass. Took a shot with the right foot, and Bond, with an outstretched right foot, sends this ball into a corner kick. Also, great defending from Awodesu. Just tracking Buanga the whole entire time. Martinez finally up to his feet. It took him a while to get up after the big hit. Here's Denny Buanga to take this corner kick. He just high-fived a few kids. Here's Buanga. Here's the cross! And Bond had to get a hand into it. That ball was locating itself into the top far corner. A nice corner kick from Buanga. It's about to be an Olympico. But Bond put his finger up to prevent that. Another corner kick coming here. "30 minutes into this game. And Martinez to take this corner kick. An in-swinger header inside the 6. It was cleared by Houston. Now Jesus pokes this ball away. Houston's trying to come out of their own half, and now Martinez fouls Linger or Bassi. It was Bassi. And Martinez will be booked. Yeah, he kicked Bassi. Had to be a yellow card. So free kick for Houston in their own half. Arthur playing it into Awudesu. Awudesu into Dorsey. Dorsey back to Sviatchenko. Sviatchenko will go back into the feet of Bond. Bond. Horrible pass down the middle of the field to Tillman, but I don't know what was bad. The pass from Bond or Tillman's control. Dorsey. Laying it into the space and feet of Arthur. Middle of the field, Houston Dynamo, and to that big center circle. Awudesu goes back wide to McGlynn, and now Sviatchenko plays it all the way back to Bond. Gives himself some space, and now another line drive intercepted by LAFC. Segura read it. Hollingshead brought down heavy fall there from Hollingshead. It was undercut by a Dynamo player. He gets up quickly. So here comes Houston trying to take the ball away from LAFC as Long has it. Long will open it wide to Palencia on this right wing, and he tried to play it into Tillman, and just miscommunication there from Tillman and Martinez. Ball turned over. Martinez putting pressure, and they take the ball away, and here's a pass into the space of Buanga. Buanga has a chance. Buanga cuts it back. Buanga to Martinez. Martinez, someone has to take a shot. No one did. Martinez blocked Buanga's way all the way through. Oh boy, that was a great chance. I think the pass from Jesus as well was not great to Buanga, but Buanga tried to cut it back to his right foot, and Martinez was disrupting his way. Didn't open wide, didn't sit back. Martinez was just there like one of my soccer players that just gets in the way of his own teammates. Escobar. Jesus pokes this ball away. Buanga with a heavy touch. Lost it to Rain, so they were calling a handball. Buanga takes it back away, and Buanga into the space of Ordaz. Ordaz can help himself back with Buanga. Now he plays it to Mark Delgado, takes a shot, deflected, and straight into Bond. Looking at the scores across the league, San Diego has put 4 across Dallas. Vancouver is up 2-0. San Jose is up 3-0 on Portland, who tied against LAFC, beat the Galaxy last week. We put 3 on them. 35 minutes in, by the way. Here's Buanga attacking this left wing. Goes inside the box. Buanga sends this cross, clear by Sviatchenko. Delgado tried to get it back, but was being held back. Seattle down to St. Louis. Well, Seattle just tied this game. Never mind. 1-1 over there in Seattle. Across other scores, Nashville and Atlanta tied 1-1. Toronto lost to New England 2-0. Philadelphia beat Montreal 2-1. As Houston's attacking, that attack is quickly slowed down by Martinez, who heads this ball out of play. Columbus defeated Charlotte 4-2. DC United defeated Colorado 2-1. In Miami defeated the Red Bulls 4-1. Minnesota put 3 on Austin FC. And a boring 0-0 draw between Chicago and Orlando. Games that are still to be played. NYCFC and FC Cincinnati will play tomorrow at noon. Sporting Kansas City and the Galaxy on Sunday Night Soccer will also play tomorrow at 4 o'clock. Quick update, San Diego has scored a 5th. They've been quite impressive this year. Bossy sends a cross inside, cleared out. Hollingshead wins this ball back. Buanga trying to get it before fouling the player. So a free kick incoming here for Houston. as the fans start chanting "Jump for LA Football Club." So dangerous free kick now for Houston. LAFC still holding 1-0 lead. The fans in the 32-52 jumping from one way to the other. Here's McGlynn. With the left foot, he sends a nice curling ball in. Cleared out. It's going to fall into Reigns. Reigns puts it back in there. A collision inside the box. Dorsey. Martinez trying to poke this ball away. It's still a chance for Houston now. A clearance into a corner kick. There's a player down. It's Aaron Long. Took a heavy hit from one of his own teammates. So Long clears this one out and then gets the knee of Mark Delgado to his back. Kind of got the wind knocked out of him. Long has been one of the most reliable defenders the team has. So Aaron Long back up to his feet, holding on to that right shoulder. After that hit from his own teammate. So Aaron Long seems to be fine. They're doing some concussion protocols, although I think it wasn't a hit to the head. Houston's next match is going to be against Seattle at home, while LAFC have a difficult game against Vancouver. Of all teams, Vancouver, who are in the CONCACAF Champions Cup final. Got to be glad for Vancouver. So many great battles that we've had against them in the MLS Cup playoffs, even knocking them out of the CONCACAF Champions Cup in 2023. Just kind of see, I mean, in my view, you know, you kind of see them as that little kid that you kind of raised, and now they're about to do something that you couldn't do. LAFC has been in the CONCACAF Champions Cup final, though they haven't won it, so Vancouver has a chance to win it. So that could be nice. Here's the cross from McGlynn. It's headed back post and cleared out by LAFC. Arthur. 39 minutes in. Houston still has numbers up front. No one has returned to defend. Another cross into the middle of the box. And nothing there. Tillman. Right side. He plays it into the space of Delgado. Delgado middle to Jesus, under some trouble, but does so good to get away from it. And now plays it all the way back into Segura. Long back into the game. Hollingshead feeding Buanga on the left wing. Here's Denis on the touchline. And Denis will play it back to Hollingshead. Hollingshead into Segura. Segura back into Aaron Long. First touch after returning to the field. Here's Sergi. Playing it back into Long. And here's Hollingshead. Now Segura on the ball. Plays it with Aaron Long in their own half, LAFC. Long is just going to play a long ball forward into Ordaz. Now Timothy Tillman dispossesses this Houston side, and here comes Ordaz. Ordaz has Hollingshead, and quickly out to Buanga, and Buanga fires away! And Ordaz got in the way of Bond, though Bond made the save. Ordaz was just there bugging Bond. Here's Palencia on the right corner, sends the cross in and cleared out for a corner kick. Sviatchenko down hurt. Heavy collision there with Tillman. Tillman went for the ball. Delgado one-touch pass this would have been an offside on Ordaz if Buanga had scored, because he clearly interfered in Bond's way. Fifth corner kick of the night for LAFC. Here's David Martinez. They've done no damage on them. Martinez with the in-swinger. It's cleared out. So here's Delgado. Plays it into Palencia, and Palencia quickly out wide into Buanga. And Buanga goes all the way back to Hugo Lloris, which we haven't said his name this first half, really. It's been rare if we did. Hugo under trouble, hits this pass, and Delgado just quickly gets the ball back for LAFC after Hugo hit the pass. And now Long is dispossessed. And here comes Houston attacking with Ponce. Another player down. It's Long. He's down one more time. The ball hits him. And now Ordaz plays it back to Tillman. What is going on with Aaron Long? He was brought down again, and then the ball hit him. Here's Buanga. Gets past one player. Buanga try to get around the second player. Couldn't do so. Jesus back to Tillman. Tillman trying to nutmeg his opponent and just couldn't do so. Dorsey. 42 minutes. Nearing the end of the first half. And a call to arms at BMO Stadium. Escobar plays it in short with Sviatchenko. Now Reigns. Reigns in short. Here's this ball as Long flicks this ball. And now it's Segura with it. Trying to clear this ball. Hollingshead. Into Jesus. Igor back into the feet of Long, and Long out wide to Tillman. On that left wing. He opens it and feeds Buanga. Cross midfield. Back into Tillman. Tillman back to Buanga. Buanga loves those plays where he can cut across the field and either take off or find someone downfield, which he couldn't do in that certain play. Ball to Buanga on this left wing. Here's Denis, slows down a bit. 1v1, Denis cuts it back against one. Ordaz to Hollingshead. Hollingshead sends this cross, looking for the header of Delgado, and couldn't find him. Martinez, Jesus, nice ball into Ordaz, breaks it down with the chest, plays it through for Buanga, and Bond made the save. As Houston plays south from their own half, and the ball goes all the way back into Escobar, who gives it away. 44 minutes. Timothy Tillman finds Buanga. Buanga dispossessed so easily. Had two defenders on him. Couldn't get around him. Ponce. Linger goes down on his own will, but the referee will give the foul. Plays it quick. Whenever you need a reset opportunity like that, just go down on the ground. Referee will call it. "45 minutes in this game, and we'll see how much the fourth official will give out. I don't know if I'm reading that right. 3 minutes. Okay. I was kind of shocked. I thought I saw 10. Escobar playing it back into Linger. And Delgado intercepts this pass. And now Martinez quickly up for Ordaz, being hugged, and the referee had to call this foul. And Ordaz tells the referee, I mean, that should be a yellow or something. So a free kick for LAFC at midfield. As LAFC are winning thanks to Nathan Ordaz's goal in the 10th minute of this game. Valencia with the assist on that one. Delgado. Plays it to Martinez. A one-touch pass to Palencia on this right wing. Now Ordaz trying to backheel it back to Palencia. Great idea. Houston defended it well. Houston trying to play quickly out, and they're going to have a nice chat in the locker room because nothing has been working for Houston. So we'll see what they change, what things they're able to change in this break. And LAFC, how can they have more attacking opportunities? They've had possession, just not enough attacking opportunities to really put Houston on their heels. Martinez not happy after fouling Escobar. Former LAFC player, which in 2023 in the Western Conference Final between these two teams, he scored an own goal to seal the game. And LAFC won it and went on to the MLS Cup Final and lost it to Columbus Crew and started that bad streak of LAFC losing to Columbus Crew. Although it was just 3 games, it was a blowout loss here at home against Columbus and the League's Cup victory. McGlynn to Reigns. Last 40 seconds of this game as Houston tries to get one more chance. Here's Linger. Escobar. Linger making a run. They did not spot him. Instead, they saw Bassi. Bassi will play back into the feet of Alwadesu. Now Sviatchenko. Less than 20 seconds. Buanga intercepts this ball. Here goes Denis all by himself trying to make it 2. It's saved by Bond. Great save by Bond. Ordaz on the ball. Ordaz plays it to Martinez. Martinez trying to take a shot and sends it wide. Once again, Denny Buanga anticipating the defender, dispossessing him. And Alwadesu couldn't foul him. It would have been a red card. And Buanga once again couldn't finish. That's what I've been talking about. If LAFC have tied in these past games, it's because they've not been clinical enough in the final touch. We're headed to the break as LAFC is leading the Dynamo 1-0. And Houston should be thanking Bond because it would be a lot more if he hadn't been making those saves. As we take our break as well, we'll see you in 15 minutes. LAFC 1, Houston Dynamo 0. We are back. A beautiful, beautiful, cloudy, a bit rainy where I'm at nights in Los Angeles. LAFC back on the field. Houston Dynamo back on the field as well. And this Cinco de Mayo weekend, of course, fans are going to have a nice time celebrating what they believe is the Mexican Independence Day. But for that, you got to wait till September. Canelo also fights tonight, so that's also another thing that's on the spotlight for many fans. Multiple Cinco de Mayo parties to watch Canelo obviously win another fight, because he doesn't want to fight Benavides or other top fighters right now. But we are back and underway. The last 45 minutes of this beautiful sport called football. It's LAFC and their black uniforms with gold stripes. Houston Dynamo in their orange jerseys, white shorts, orange socks. They'll be attacking the south end goal. Meanwhile, LAFC will be attacking the north end goal. And they quickly get on the attack, and Igor Jesus is down hurt after poking the ball away from the Houston player, and they'll play through it. I don't know if he's up to his feet. Yeah, he is. Got a heavy hit after he hit who was it? Arthur McLean. So here's Ryan Hollingshead, who's gotten that new nickname by LAFC fans, HH. For obvious reasons, Hollingshead. And that lucky mustache, it's not worked this season so far. It hasn't scored yet. But it's one of my favorite stories to tell. Came to LAFC in 2022. When he had his mustache, he was on a roll. The team was flying. He was scoring goals for LAFC. He was the top scoring defender that year. When he shaved the mustache, LAFC went on a bad slump. He couldn't score. He couldn't assist. LAFC couldn't win games. He grew the mustache back. The second everyone realized the mustache was back, he scored against Houston. LAFC picked up a win. They went on to win Supporters Shield, and they also went on to win MLS Cup final. So it's one of my favorite stories, how it's the mustache that has the power for Ryan Hollingshead. Win probability is 80%, 80.4% for LAFC, 4.6% for Houston, and a draw will be at 50.0%. It was like 50% for LAFC at the beginning of this match, and that's the StatCast that Apple TV provides. Reigns plays it back, and here's Abudesu. The two difficult names in the team are obviously the center backs, Abudesu and Sviatchenko. Tillman intercepts this ball and loses the ball, pretty much. Though in Houston had to wait on the decision from the assistant referee. Gotta love Nathan Ordis' work, getting the start today over Giroud and Ibobasi and scoring. Been one of the most consistent strikers LAFC has. Giroud played in that Houston game in April 5th, which stirred up the LAFC Twitter. Obviously not happy on how Giroud has been performing for LAFC. He's not scoring enough for a striker, although I still think LAFC has not yet adapted to the number 9 role. They want players like Ordaz that, play that role, but also come down, get the ball, do some dirty work. Who knows what's going to happen whenever the new coach comes into the team. Dangerous pass there. Dangerous pass back to Bond in the air. Bond had to bring it down with his with his legs, pretty much, with his thighs. Martinez, a quick throw in. Back into Palencia. And now Aaron Long, the captain of this team. It's a nice pickup from LAFC back in 23 when he was a free agent. Delgado turns the ball over. Here comes Houston. And Segura able to get in front of this ball and intercept. He's been playing well. Now a ball into Martinez's space. Here's Martinez on the right wing, cutting inside. Here's Xavi Martinez down on his own will. Referee was in front of the whole play and does not call the penalty. Martinez does great on getting past Escobar and then in between Arthur, and then he just goes down. He trips. He's not trying to sell a penalty or all. He just trips. Bond. LAFC puts some high pressure, and Awadesu careful there as he turned into danger. Bond on the ball, placed it into Reigns. Tillman nearly poked it away from him. Ball back into Sviatchenko. Sviatchenko into Awadesu as Houston in their own half. LAFC will look to get a second goal in the early goings of this second half. Reigns, center circle. The pass to the right side over here to McLean, and now Dorsey. Sviatchenko. Awadesu. Reigns. And Sviatchenko into Hollingshead. Got a player coming from behind. Place it into Ordaz. Ordaz into Buanga here on the left wing. And across the touchline will be LAFC with Delgado. Delgado to Segura, and Segura back to Markey. Now running diagonal into the middle of the field. Here's Segura. Long. Houston applying some pressure right now. Segura. Place it to Buanga, and Buanga's pass nearly intercepted. Luckily into the feet of Tillman though. And now Jesus was going to switch it over to Martinez before the referee called a foul. Tillman was tripped down, and he's got all the chalk of the field on his elbow and his back. Here's Martinez on the touchline, right side attacking. Martinez to Ordaz. Ordaz with space. Ordaz trying to fire. He kind of glitched. And here's Palencia going inside. Palencia's cross. Deflected to the 32-52. Corner kicking coming for LAFC. Ordaz was trying to cut it back on Awadesu. Just hit off of him and then fell into Palencia. Palencia's cross deflected. 6th corner kick for LAFC in this game. 53 minutes. And here's David Martinez. And Martinez with this ball looking for Buanga, who was going to attempt a volley and hits it high into the 32-52. I don't even know if it was going to there. It might have left the stadium. Just an unexpected play from LAFC off a corner kick. So Houston will get the restart in there from a goal kick. Geronimo looking at his team, how they're going to apply the high pressure with Awadesu. Bond, high pressure from Ordaz. Bond's pass, Segura intercepts it, and here's Delgado. Delgado into Buanga. Here's LAFC with Buanga on the left wing. It's got Delgado in support. Delgado plays it into Igor Jesus, runs into some trouble. Referee calls a foul. Oh, Bassi is not happy with it, and I wouldn't be happy either because it did look like a clean challenge. As Igor Jesus turned to his left and was brought down. Jesus place it into Segura. Aaron Long. Out wide it goes to Martinez on the right wing. And Martinez, can he send a cross? He's going to play it over to Jesus. A one-touch pass to Delgado. Now to Buanga! Save by Bond. Valencia trying to get there. Dispossessed by Tillman. Tillman on the ball. Tillman out wide to Palencia. He can send the cross. He decides to slow down the tempo right now. Jesus on it. Buanga took the shot. The first touch. And Bond made a great, fantastic save. Buanga. The pass all the way back into Long. And Aaron Long to Martinez. And Davi Martinez cuts it back to the middle. Got past Escobar. Trying to get past another player. Place it to Delgado. They got numbers here. Delgado to Buanga. Buanga trying to cross it with his left foot and sends it to the side netting. Not a great ball there from Buanga. Well, LAFC is attacking. So the Dynamo restart. Here's Bond. Ordas putting some pressure. Awadesu on it. There's a looping ball. Careful there, Segura. It's Igor Jesus fighting for it, and a yellow card for Igor Jesus. For what foul? I don't know. It's a bad yellow card from the referee. Okay. So Jesus comes and pushes Bassi. Yeah, and now I see the replay. He comes from behind to Bassi, then hugs him and brings him down. Guess that's what gets him the yellow card here. 56 minutes. So Jesus is booked. Well, they play short. Here's Awadesu. Sviatchenko. Careful with McLean. McLean to Sviatchenko, and Sviatchenko back to Bond. Ordas trying to put the pressure. Here's Bassi. Reigns on it. Jesus putting that high press. As Houston quickly turn the corner and go forward. Trying to go with Linger, but Linger has no space on that left wing. Now trying to make a run in the middle of the field as Awadesu has the ball. Arthur now. Nice through ball for Linger. Linger go all the way back to Awadesu. Here's Sviatchenko. Long ball to the top of the 18. Cleared out by LAFC. It's going to fall to Reigns. LAFC still holds a 1-goal lead. Here's McLean. Plays it. Dorsey's cross is deflected. Corner kick for Houston. Second in the game for them. And McLean will be the one in charge of getting this corner kick. Let's see how they can defend it. McLean's crosses have been really dangerous. Jesus Murillo's in the building. He's getting a nice round of applause from the fans as McLean sends this ball into the 6. It's cleared out. Ball played up, and a little backheel from the Dynamo player is going to go into the hands of Hugo Lloris. And as I mentioned, Jesus David Murillo, who is now a player at Juarez, his team got knocked out of the play-in in the Liga MX last Sunday against Pumas, and in the middle of a sandstorm too. was an LAFC player in 2020. He arrived as in a loan. He made a huge impact. LAFC bought him. Was part of that bad LAFC team in 2021 who didn't make playoffs, but was a huge staple on the defense for LAFC in their MLS Cup winning season, in their 2023 season where they made CONCACAF Champions Cup, MLS Cup, and he also won the US Open Cup with the LAFC last season. He was just a great defender for them. His contract ended at the end of last season, and he became a free agent, signed with Juarez, and he is now in the building supporting his former teammates, his former club. Just a great player overall. Loved by LAFC fans, and he got a nice round of applause. Here's McLean. Artur. He switches the pitch and plays it with Escobar. Ball into Awadesu. Awadesu into Dorsey. Dorsey takes a nice touch. What a sliding challenge there by Hollingshead. Though it's back for Houston, and Delgado clears it out. Houston now putting more pressure, and a substitution incoming for them. So Kowalczyk is checking in for Bassi. So Kowalczyk, 26-year-old, will come in for Bassi. Kowalczyk. So he comes into the game with this Houston Dynamo trailing 1-0. Still a goal away from tying this, and it's changing everything for LAFC. Dorsey. As this ball is played back into the feet of Svyatchenko, and now Awadesu, which Dynamo has switched to a back line of 3. LAFC right now pinned down to defend Houston's attacks. Reigns. Would love to see Cengiz Unda come into the game at some point. He makes huge impact coming out off the bench. Here's Houston trying to attack. Here's the ball played in the middle of the box. Segura clears it out, and Martinez kept it in play. Here's Ordaz trying to cut it back. He plays it to Jesus. Jesus across for Hollingshead, and now Delgado. Hollingshead up front to Ordaz. Ordaz one-touch pass to Buanga, and nearly got there. Dorsey hit it out of play. Throw-in. Hollingshead quickly played into Mark Delgado, and now Igor Jesus, the Brazilian, with Delgado. Homegrown from Glendora, Mark Delgado, from the city where I live. Just a great story from this kid. And I mentioned his success with Toronto, the Galaxy last season. He's a hometown kid. He's from Glendora, California. About 20 to 30 minutes from LA. Small city. Everyone will get to know it. Now there's a metro station here in Glendora. Throw in here for LAFC. Will make it easier for me to get on to more LAFC games. Tillman switches the ball over to Buanga. Buanga dribbling it, and now slips on the ball. Is able to come out and reset the play. Here's Buanga on the left wing, and he is brought down as this ball is knocked out of play from Buanga, and it's gonna be ball for Houston. A lot of fans excited. Cinco de Mayo. Who knows? I'm gonna be checking. I don't know if Canelo's fighting already. Launching this ball. Segura gets his head into it. Just gives it no direction. And then Linger loses the ball. And then Jesus trying to play with Tillman. He let the ball run. Well, he came out 31 minutes ago, so they are fighting already. I'll let you guys know if Canelo won his fight. Here comes Houston, and nice challenge there by Tillman. Picks the pocket of Kowalczyk. Martinez gives it away, and here's Houston now with McGlynn. That's what I'm thinking. Just bring Under in for Martinez at some point. Here's the cross into the middle. Lingers, scatter. I don't know if he got a piece of it. The ball goes out of play. Dorsey was coming back post and was unexpecting it. There's the cross. Linger beating Segura to the ball, and then no one else was able to get to it. So close from Houston. Here's Hollingshead attacking the left wing. Place it with Buanga. Buanga cutting into the middle. Buanga has Martinez. Martinez, one touch to Buanga. Buanga couldn't bring it down well. So here's Buanga. He plays it back out to Delgado. Here's the ball over to Palencia. Palencia to Tillman, and Tillman running out of trouble. Sergi loses it, but throw in LAFC. Here's Segura. LAFC working on a fourth shutout right now, 66 minutes into the game. Eddie. Dangerous pass to Hollingshead. He keeps it in play. He plays it to Igor Jesus. Runs out of trouble. He gets into more trouble, and the referee gives a foul, a cheap one. And there it is. Dolo heard me. Cengiz Unda is going to come into the game. He made a huge impact off the bench when LAFC was trailing 1-0 to St. Louis last week. Unda came in, pretty much his first touch. A beautiful cross to Buanga back post to tie the game, and assisted Buanga on the tying goal as well in the 90th minute. So that's it for Martinez. Had a nice game. Got booked, but he had great runs, great plays. Albeit Cengiz Unda. At some point, fans call him the Turkish Messi. Now in the field. He is a loan player till the transfer window in like July opens. So it's a short-term loan because they have their hopes up that Griezmann will sign with LAFC and in the summer. Just still not decided, though. Many reports state that Griezmann is staying, and then they say that he's not. Inside information from Taylor Twellman is saying that Griezmann has not made a decision. He's still looking at the future. He's also got to look at Atletico. Not a great season. They already missed out on all the trophies to get this season. Here's Dorsey on the ball, playing it back, and they trying to switch him. McGlynn. Escobar on the ball. 68 minutes in. Escobar trying to play through for Linger. Long got there and cleared it out. Jesus has to clear it. Jesus played it into Hollingshead. Hollingshead to Buanga. And Buanga to Segura. And Segura, at some point, someone has to just send it out. And that's what Segura does. Ball back into Bond. LAFC really defending this lead. This 1-0 lead that they've established since the 10th minute. And here's McGlynn. Over to Dorsey. Dorsey inside. Here's the ball into the space of Ponce. And Ponce just couldn't get a nice touch. Long did a great job at beating him to the ball after that first touch that Ponce took and hitting it out of play. Dorsey's cross deflected. There's Hugo on a hop. And Hugo sending it long for Buanga. Buanga did an attempt to get the ball. The ball goes out of play. Throwing incoming. Segura over to Tillman. Ball played up and had no one there. That Ordaz was playing off of him as he let that ball go. And here's Houston losing possession right away with Linger. Hasn't been able to do much in this game against LAFC as of now. 20 minutes to go. Tillman placed it with Segura, and Segura will now play it over to Hollingshead. Houston preparing another sub as Hollingshead is beat to the ball, and Dorsey's on it. Now Arthur reigns and nearly gives it away, though it falls to Jesus, who couldn't let go of the ball. And now Linger on the ball. He tripped down, and the referee called it a foul. Substitution here. Reigns will come out, and Nicolas Lodeiro will come in. Seattle legend. Won 2 MLS Cups with the Sounders, and Nico Lodeiro, certified LAFC killer, will come in. He was with Orlando last season. Made a nice impact. And he is now with the Dynamo. Seattle legend. McGlynn, nice cross, back post, and cleared out. And here's Tillman. He slips as he was trying to clear the ball. It's going to fall for Houston. Valencia quickly out to defend. The ball's going to go all the way back out to Kowalczyk. And the ball falls into the head of Ponce. Well, it was the head of the newly entered Nicolas Lodeiro. It just ricocheted off of him. And now Delgado loses possession quickly. Ponce trying to lay it off here for Kowalczyk. And just Houston just couldn't get something out of it. So now they're playing in the middle channel. Here's Lodeiro. Lodeiro out to Dorsey. Dorsey cutting it back. Dorsey with the chance trying to back heel it. And Delgado placed it in short with Hollingshead. And oh my goodness, they're playing dangerously against 4 Houston players across him. Now a long ball over, looking for the speed of Nathan Ordaz. Whatever speed he has left, cleared out there from Abudesu. And Ordaz placed it to Buanga. Denis. Jesus, dangerous pass. Delgado out to Buanga. Jesus to Delgado, and Delgado into Segura. You guys are wondering about the Canelo fights. It's, from what I'm seeing, it's another bad Canelo fight. And it's not that he's doing bad, it's just boring. Even Terrence Crawford is falling asleep watching it. It's a main event. And here's Houston trying to attack with Lodeiro. Kowalczyk. Lodeiro, oh, he tried to play it through to literally no one. Ponce didn't make the run. The ball goes out of play. Aaron Long is struggling right now. The right shoulder has been bothering him since the first half when he collided with Delgado. That shoulder might have popped out, and he is taking off the captain's armband, asking for his substitution. Well, that's not a good sign. He's been LAFC's most consistent defender, the best one they have. Justin Long will exit the game with a right shoulder injury. Feeling like the Dodgers now. Luckily, he is not a pitcher for them. So 2 substitutions incoming for LAFC. Jeremy Abobosi will also come in. And Frankie Amaya. Marlon also comes in. So that's a quick substitution. Marlon in. All right, so let me see who came in already. Under came in, Marlon came in, and Bobusi is coming in, and Long not happy. So there's the sub as well. So Delgado will exit. Nice game, another nice game from Mark. Great pickup. So Frankie Amaya, former Red Bull player. Ordaz also exits the game. He's the author of the only goal of this game, and Jeremy Ebobasi is in. Frankie Amaya had some time with Toluca, though he never really saw the pitch. He's coming here on a loan to LAFC to get some minutes. Nice pickup, I say. So they signed another player. Oh man, I forgot who else they signed. It's Frankie Amaya and another player they picked up at the very end. Ryan Raposo from Vancouver was a free agent on sign. Just gotta make his way up. Here's the pass. Tillman let the ball go. Instead of going towards the ball, he let the ball go and was nearly intercepted. He is now down hurt. LAFC still has one more window left of substitutions. "76 minutes. It's still a 1-0 lead for LAFC in this game. Jesus dispossessed, and here's Ponce. And Ponce quickly up ahead for Linger. Now Escobar back to Linger. Careful, here's the cross, and it's cleared out. Now another shot, it's blocked. Jesus has to clear it out. He does a weak clearance though, but he cleared it out. Throw in for Houston. They play quickly and they turn it over. And Bobosi trying to put some pressure right there on Awadesu, and the ball's going to go back to Bond. We haven't said his name much. Participated in that one save on Buanga's shot at the very beginning of the second half. Since then, it's been Houston with the possession. Kowalczyk attacking now. He's going to leave it back. Careful, Linger. Dorsey on it now. Dorsey trying to send a cross, and it goes straight to Tillman. And Tillman trying to play it to the run of Buanga. Nice run from Buanga in the middle of the field. Buanga has Ebobasi. Ebobasi now on the ball. Ebobasi fires it in! Jeremy Ebobasi scores for LAFC in his first touch. He scores the goal for the Black and Gold. Immediate impact off the bench from Jeremy Ebobasi. And it's 2-0 LAFC. And it comes from Dorsey's cross that was deflected into Tillman, and a perfect pass from Tillman to Buanga. And Ebobasi patiently waited behind Awadesu, and Buanga played it to him. Ebobasi took a touch with his left foot and then took a low-driven shot to beat Bond. Bond is a tall goalkeeper. The one way to beat tall goalies is to hit it and drive it on the ground, and that's what Jeremy Ebobasi did. Immediate impact. So Bobasi in the 79th minute gives LAFC insurance. And a call to arms at BMO Stadium. Great goal from Jeremy Bobasi. Bouanga realized that he had been struggling with Bond in 1v1 situation. So he was like, you know what, Jeremy, you take it. Another assist for Bouanga, and this year he's awake. Here's the ball over to Lodeiro. And Nico, the Uruguayan player, plays it over to McLean. McLean trying to find the cross. Now LAFC can sit back and defend a bit more calmly. Here's a header inside the box from Houston. It goes out. And it goes out for a goal kick or a offside. I don't know what happened. Ponce not happy. '80 minutes. Here's Hugo Lloris. So it was an offside from Ponce. And here's Hugo. Sends it with his left foot perfectly to Tillman. Tillman, perfect touch to bring the ball down. Palencia gets some pressure. He plays it back to Marlon. Marlon, the Brazilian, out to Tillman. And Tillman. Palencia putting that pressure. This ball deflected. And Awodesu, careful. He's got Cengiz Under putting the pressure. Here's Bond. Cengiz Under gets there. And Bond able to clear it out. But Hollingshead wins the header there. It's going to fall to Bouanga. And the knee, slowing it down. He gets some space. Now tries to cut inside. He's going to play it back to Frankie Amaya. His debut last Sunday had a chance to win it in the 90th minute. And sent his shot to the 32-52. Bouanga plays it through for Hollingshead. Back, healing it back to Bouanga. Bouanga's got two players. He gets around him. Bouanga still. And Bouanga plays it to Cengiz Under. Lets it go for Palencia. Nice ball. Here's Palencia. And his shot goes over the goal. Just a nice play. Cengiz Under, aware of his surroundings. He knows Palencia is going to be running off of him. So he lets the ball go completely. Completely takes away Escobar from the play. So here's Houston attacking now. They just haven't picked anything up. No momentum in this game. Long ball over to the right side, looking for Ponce. Segura hits it down. Hollingshead trying to play to Bouanga. Dispossessed right away. Lodeiro playing back to Sviatenko. The fans having a blast right now. In this game, LAFC has not won a game since they played the Earthquakes back in April 12th. A 2-1 victory against the Quakes, in which was Mwanga's first goal in MLS this season. 83 minutes. Fans having a blast so far. The 2-0 scoreline is also one of the most deceitful scorelines in football. It's like the 11-point lead in basketball. Here comes Houston. And nothing falls. Here's the cross deflected by Amaya. Trying to put it back in. Dorsey. Segura. No one's going to get to it. Now Hugo comes out for it. Ponce nearly got there in front of Marlon. Hugo slings it over to Hollingshead. Frankie Amaya wants it, and now he gets it. He plays it back to Segura. Segura into the feet of Lloris, and Hugo to Marlon. Yeah, cleared this one out. It's a great goal from Bobasi. Bond Could be a bit guilty of it. Oh, and after a boring fight, I can confirm that Canelo Alvarez has defeated William School and is crowned the undisputed super middleweight champion of the world. People are not happy, so I feel bad if you paid $120 to watch the fight. Here's this ball over to Frankie Amaya. Amaya to Hollingshead, and Hollingshead's got Buanga on the left wing. He's got some space. Here's Denis trying to dribble. He's got 3 players on him, and he is able to play around him before being tripped down, and a foul called. Great stuff from Denis. He's just been playing crazy lately. He's been on fire. Goals against Portland. A brace against St. Louis last week. Assist here to Bobasi in the second goal. So here's Denis. Shingus Onda also on the ball. See what Denis will try to do here. Trying to drive this one. It's deflected. Everyone out for it. Tillman gets to it, and he is fouled outside of the box. Escobar down on his knees. Not happy. Valencia and Escobar now getting into it. Valencia now telling the referee something about Escobar. And Mendoza tells Valencia to just go away. So Bond giving instructions. It was a foul from Escobar. Stuck his foot out. Tillman beat him to the ball. Shingus Onda with the left foot. He's got a beautiful left foot. Let's see if he can send a nice cross. The Bobasi is sort of on mark back post. 87 minutes. Trying to seal the game here. Onda, a low-driven shot straight into Bond. He took the shot, and now here comes Houston. Tillman first to meet the player and slow down their attack. Jump for LA Football Club, fans. And hello to Mario, who says hi from Mexico. Thank you for the video. Hello. We are here supporting the black and gold. Ball played out wide. LAFC now pinned back again after those moments that they had, those 2 free kicks. Ball played back to Escobar, hitting 88 minutes, almost to the 90th minute. Some fans starting to make their way out. The North American tradition to leave the game early. Here's the cross in for Dorsey, and just over his head. Tillman makes that run and draws the foul. Perfectly done by Tillman again. Great game by Timothy Tillman. He deserves his flowers. Houston emptying the bench. Linger comes out. Segal in. And Urso for Arthur. I'm gonna see the ratings the Foot Mob has given the players. I'm telling you, every player but Palencia and Lloris, the start of the game, have 7. Here's Unda trying to play it through. The ball stayed in play, by the way. No, it didn't. Our best player was Buanga with an 8.2, then Orta 7.6. I want to see, Bobasi has a 7.1. That's nice stuff. Here's LAFC attacking with Jesus. Got some pressure from behind, but was brought down. That's a foul and LAFC's ball. Hugo has a 6.2. He didn't do much. Valencia has a 6.7. And the live stream sort of crashed and slowed down, but now we got it back. Ball to Bouanga all the way to the left side. Bouanga slows down and waits for two players to put pressure on him. Here's Tillman. LAFC with possession, closing out the game the way you would expect to close out games. Passing the ball around from one side to the other, getting the opposition mad. Here's a switch for Bouanga. Dorsey cuts it off. Dorsey's pass, it's off of Lodeiro. Here's a Bobasi. Frankie Amaya, Igor Jesus. Into Hollingshead. Now Bouanga. Denny. Bobasi to Bouanga. And Bouanga trying to play it back to Bobasi. And we're not on the same page. Oh, Tillman get the ball and play with a nice little back heel. LAFC attacking the left wing. 5 minutes of stoppage time. Tillman. Jesus. Tillman has struggled this season. He's played a nice game today with a 7.5 rating on FootMob. Here's Bouanga attacking inside the box, sends the cross. It's deflected out. Here's Tillman. Can he take a shot? It's blocked. Jesus' header. Hollingshead's got some pressure. He plays it to Bouanga. Here's Bouanga trying to go inside through Dorsey. Dorsey able to beat him. And now here comes Houston trying to attack with Nico Lodeiro, and Segura will bring him down. Lodeiro plays it quickly. Intercepted there by Frankie Amaya. Here's Timothy Tillman now running with the ball. He's got Bouanga to his left. That's his only true option. He plays it to Denis. Denis on the left wing, asking where his teammates are at. Here's the ball to Denis. He is tripped down. I don't know if he tripped on his own or he tripped on Tillman. Bond sends it forward. Segura couldn't get to it. Now he gets the ball. He is brought down. A foul called, and Segura lays dead in the center circle. Fans loving it. A win from LAFC. That loss against Inter Miami woke him up. Segura plays now the free kick. Marlon. Segura. Back to Marlon. Sergi. Up ahead. Cengiz Unda. Unda. With a nice pass now to Hollingshead. And Ache plays it ahead to Bouanga. Tillman to Bouanga. Bouanga back to Tillman. And now Jesus comes out of nowhere to rifle that ball away. 2 minutes left actually of this game. Jesus with his chest brings it down to Tillman. Segura. Igor Jesus. Back to Segura. And Segura will play all the way back to Hugo, who will be keeping his 4th clean sheet of the season. Jesus. Running through traffic. Plays it to Unda. And Unda, nice pass over to Denny Bouanga. And then he attacks. And he's got space. Is it Bouanga's goal? He plays it to Hollingshead. Hollingshead trying to play it back to Bouanga. That was a chance. Fans want to see a Bouanga goal. They would love to see a Hollingshead goal as well, but they want to see a Bouanga goal. He plays it now to Tillman on the throw-in. Unda, a beautiful pass to Bouanga. Segura. Marlon. 94 minutes, and Palencia is knocked down. A foul. And guess what? Franco Escobar played with fire all game long. He is sent off. Well, the former LAFC player showing his true colors. I mentioned that in the 2023 Western Conference Final, he scored an own goal to seal the game for LAFC. And today, Franco Escobar The former LAFC player gets a red card, showing his true colors. And we'll have to take the shame of walk across the 32-52. Of all fans, across the 32-52. Well, he is booked. Red card. And at the very end of this game, I think that's just one thing you just hate to see. I mean, you're already going to lose the game. Why are you gonna sacrifice yourself and cost your team a red card with games coming in the upcoming week? LAFC plays it short. Cengiz Unda on the ball. Here's a Turkish player trying to drive inside. He loses possession of it, and the referee will call the game. That's it. LAFC will get the victory over Houston Dynamo. Goals from Nathan Ordaz in the 10th minute and Jeremy Eboisi in the 79th minute seal the deal for LAFC and pick up their first league win since April 12 when they defeated the Earthquakes here at BMO Stadium. 2-0 win for LAFC, a shutout win for LAFC. As we finish this and we say goodbye to all of you guys that watched today. Thank you for tuning in. The Black and Gold get the victory.